Good evening or good morning, wherever it is you are today. My name is Michael Hershman, and I'm very pleased to participate in this webinar for 8Hub. A little bit of background. In my adult career, my wife doesn't call me an adult, but over the past 40 years, I've worn a number of different hats. One, I've been in government service, and it's important to note while I was in government service, I had a senior position at the Agency for International Development. So I was a grant giver or part of a team that gave grants to the NGO community. Secondly, after my government service, I went into business and I ran a multinational corporation and bought businesses, sold businesses, and generally participated in affairs related to good governance and compliance at C-level suite. And then finally, I've been involved in the NGO community for many years now in a number of different entities. Some of you may know that I'm a co-founder of Transparency International. I have sat on or sit on boards such as the Center for International Private Enterprise, the Coalition for Integrity, Ethisphere. I'm on the board of trustees of Marymount University, where we have set up recently a Center for Professional Ethics. And so I understand both government, business, and NGO work from a number of different angles. In fact, today, I also sit on the board of a foundation that gives grants to charitable organizations. The reason I first got interested in 8Hub and remain interested in 8Hub is because while there are hundreds of very well-established NGOs, nonprofit, non-governmental organizations out there today that have strong infrastructure and years of experience in carrying out grant making, there are tens of thousands of NGOs that play an important role in civil society around the world that unfortunately don't have strong infrastructures and often live day to day. And so when I heard about 8Hub and Alan Morgan asked me to join the board, I was extremely enthusiastic and remain enthusiastic because what 8Hub can bring to the table for these less established NGOs is a set of best practices that will save them time and money. It will make them more efficient, more effective, regardless of the areas in which they work, whether it's in education or health or otherwise. They will have access to others' work that has been successful. They'll also be able to establish a set of metrics so they can themselves prove to grant givers how effective their work is. And this is always a very important point. Money in the grant world is, whether it's, by the way, whether it's funding from governments or funding from foundations, it's precious. There is a lot of competition out there. And you not only have to have a good story, but you have to show that you have the internal capacity to oversee the work and reach the objectives that you're setting out for yourself. Whereas the larger NGOs have a budget that would allow for specialists in the area of governance, compliance, in the area of grant review, in the area of metrics. The medium-sized and small organizations don't. They struggle to understand what the requirements will be of them and how to achieve those requirements to make them eligible for funding. And so 8Hub can provide a platform, will provide a platform for them so that they can compete with the best around the world and meet those objectives. There's nothing like it in the world today to ensure that sustainability in your organization is achieved and done so at a reasonable cost. Often when we look at giving grants, again, whether it's private sector money or government sector money, we look at the financial capabilities, the oversight capabilities, the commitment to sustainability in the organization. Very difficult for medium-sized and small organizations to meet those thresholds without having access to essentially a clearinghouse of what works well and what doesn't work. And so this is the framework that Aid Hub brings to the table that can make a difference in the world today. And I urge you all to support this effort and to carry forward the work of Alan and his colleagues. Thank you very much.